Good morning, my dear children. How are you all? I hope you are very fine. So, today we are going to start chapter 6 from civics, that is understanding our criminal justice system. Understanding our criminal justice system. Okay. So, we are going to see about our criminal justice system. Okay. So, we know that we have civil system, civil type of justice system and criminal. Now, in this lesson, we are going to see about criminal justice system, how they are dealing and what are the process we are going to see. Okay. So, let's start. So, before starting, take a rough note and take all the important points you are understanding, note down, okay. Take hints, take notes while you are listening class. Always keep that habit, okay. So, just start. Okay. Understanding our criminal justice system. So, what is the topic? Understanding our criminal justice system. So, according to 20T, Article 22 of the Constitution. So, according to this law, Article 22 of the Constitution, every person has a fundamental right that to be defended by a lawyer. So, what it is written in that law, in that article? Article 22, in that clearly it is written, every person has a fundamental right, right? That right has to be defended, okay, by lawyer. That to be defended. If any fundamental right of a person is violated, he has the right to approach court and lawyer. He can that to be defended, that to be protected by lawyer. Okay. And Article 39A of a Constitution place the duty upon the state to provide a lawyer to any citizen who is unable to engage on due to poverty or other disability. So, another article 39A. In Constitution we have many articles, right? So, in 39A it is written that if a person is due to poverty, no money or any disability, he cannot afford a lawyer. So, state can provide a lawyer to that citizen to talk for him. Okay, to get a justice, state can provide a lawyer. Understood, children? Very good. Then we have 4 key players in the criminal justice system. So, we have 4 key players. So, who are those? First one, police. Okay, first one is police. Then public prosecutor and the defense lawyer and the judge. So, what are the 4 key players? The police, the public prosecutor, the defense lawyer and judge. So, repeat along with me, my dear children. Police, public prosecutor, defense lawyer and judge. Understood, children? So, next, what is the duty of police? So, police have to investigate a crime. Okay. So, if any complaint any complaint is there, they have to investigate. They have to investigate the crime. Why that crime happened, how that crime happened, who did that crime, everything. Who have to investigate? Police have to investigate. Okay. So, the investigation includes recording statements of witness. So, some witness will be there, right? They may have seen lively what crime have happened. So, from witness they have to collect the information, what happened, what you have seen. Then collecting different kinds of evidence. They will be collecting the different kind of evidence from that place. On the basis of investigation, the police form an opinion. Okay, and from the evidence they will be giving an opinion. Okay, these are the evidence we have. So, we think like he is the person who did that crime. Like that, they will be giving that to the court. Okay. So, police cannot decide he is innocent or he is the man who did that crime. Okay. He cannot decide. He just provide an evidence and whatever they collected, they will provide to the court. Judge has to decide. So, judge will be seeing all the documents and all the evidence what the police collected, everything he will go through that, and finally judge will decide whether the man who did the crime or not. Okay. So, meanwhile, the rule of law means that everyone including the police is subject to law of the land. So, everyone including the police is subject to obey the law. So like police investigation, when they are doing the police investigation, they have to give full respect of human rights. Okay, like according to the Supreme Court, we have some guidelines. Okay, so at the time of arrest, detention and interrogation, so when they are arresting, when they are keeping under their custody, when they are questioning, interrogation, when they are questioning, at that time they should not torture that person. Police should not torture anyone during the investigation. Okay, if they torture, they will police will be punished. Understood, children? So police should not torture anyone during the investigation, while arresting or keeping under their custody, detention, or while interrogation, while questioning. Okay, they should not torture anyone during investigation. Then according to Article 22 of the Constitution and criminal law guarantee that following rights to every arrested person, they have to do this right. When they are arresting, they have to confirm whether they are following this. Okay, the right to be informed at the time of arrest of the offence for which the person is being arrested. So when they are going to arrest one person, they have to be informed. You are arrested for this reason. We are going to arrest you for this reason. They have to inform. Police have to inform. Okay, children. The next, right to be presented before a magistrate between 24 hours of arrest. So within 24 hours, they have to produce the person they arrested to the court. Okay. Then the right not to be ill-treated or tortured during arrest or in custody. So while arresting or when they are keeping under custody, police should not ill-treat or torture the person who they have arrested. Understood, children? Then confessions made in police custody cannot be used as evidence against the accused. So confessions, while in police custody, if any confessions, they are saying like we did that or we did this, like any confession, they cannot take that as a evidence. Okay. Then boy under 15 years of age and women cannot be called to police station only for questioning. So only for questioning purpose, boy under 15 years or women cannot be called to the police station. Okay, without proper reason, they cannot be called to the police station. Next, D.K. Basu guidelines. Now we are going to see about D.K. Basu guidelines. So Supreme Court of India has set some requirements and procedures that the police and other agents have to follow while arresting, detention or interrogation. So while arresting, while detention, while keeping under their custody or while interrogating, while asking questions, they have to follow these guidelines and these requirements. Okay, so that is called as D.K. Basu guidelines. So according to that, the police official who carry out the arrest or interrogation should wear clear, accurate and visible identification and name tags with their designations. So those who are the police officials, when they are arresting or when they are interrogating, they should wear clear, accurate, visible identification and name tag with their designation. They should wear the complete name tag and identification who are there. So with full uniform and identification, with that only they can carry out the arrest or interrogation method. Memo of arrest should be prepared at the time of arrest. So they have to provide the memo of arrest. So including the time and date of arrest and at least one witness from the family of the person to arrest, that attestation have to be there, and the arrest memo should be countersigned by the person. Okay, and the person arrested, detained or being interrogated has the right to inform a relative, friend or well-wisher. So whom they are arresting, they have the right to inform to the friend, relative or the well-wisher. Okay, so if friend or relative are living in the outside the district, then police must inform them about this. They have arrested and he is under custody. They have to inform within 8 to 12 hours after the arrest. Okay, children. Then we are going to see about First Information Report, FIR. So you might have heard about this term FIR. Yes. So you may not know the full form. So full form is First Information Report. First Information Report. FIR means First Information Report. So once FIR is registered, the police can begin their investigation into a crime. So before investigating, so if a person is coming and filing a case, criminal case, first they will be filing FIR, first information report. After that, they will begin the investigation into that crime. So, okay, as per the law, it is compulsory for an officer in charge of a police station to register FIR whenever a person gives information about a cognizable offence. So, when criminal case or something happens, first they have to register FIR, first information report. So, that contains that FIR usually mentions the date, time, place of the offence, details of the offence. So, they will contain the date, time and place of that crime and details of that offence, including description, what is the event, that also will be there, okay, and the identity of the accused person and witness, those who have seen that crime, everything will be mentioned, and it also states the name and address of the complaint, those who have complained, okay. The police can register an FIR in prescripted form signed by complainant. Okay, the complainant has the legal right to get the free copy of that FIR. Okay, so they can get the free copy of that FIR. Then role of public prosecutor. Now we are going to see about role of public prosecutor. So who is this public prosecutor and what is his role? A criminal offence regarded as public wrong is committed not only against the affected victim but against society as a whole. So sometimes a criminal offence that may be against the society. So at that time, it is a public prosecutor. He represents the interest of the state. In the state, he represents and he talks for the state. Okay, their role begins after the police have conducted the investigation and filed a charge sheet in the court. So when their role begins after the police conducted the investigation, after they filed the charge sheet that into the court, then their role plays. Okay, they have no role in the investigation. After the investigation, after police did the investigation, and after that when police give the charge sheet into the court, and after that only whose role started playing? Public prosecutor. Okay, public prosecutor must be conduct the prosecution on behalf of the state. Okay, he have to talk on behalf of the state. As an officer of the court, it is their duty to act impartially, that enabling the court to decide the case. So whenever they talk, they should not talk impartially. Okay, so if they talk partially, that will be like court cannot able to decide the case, right? So impartially they have to talk. Okay, what is the correct and good things that they have to talk. Okay, so thus court can decide the case. Judge can decide who is the person who did crime and who is the person who not have done the crime. Okay. Role of the judge. Who, as like a game, in a game we have an umpire, right? So umpire will decide whether it is out or whether it is not out. In cricket match, umpire will be raising the hand if it is out. So he is umpire is deciding whether it is out or not, right? So like judge conducts the trial impartially in the court. So judge will be deciding whether he is innocent or not. Judge will decide and he will be giving the judgment impartially. Okay. She hears all the witness and evidence presented by the prosecution and the defense. So he hears all the witness and all the evidence produced by the police, prosecution, defense, everything. He will go through all those things and finally he decides and gives the sentence, pronounce the sentence, that to send to him jail or impose a fine, or depending upon the law, he will be giving the judgment. What is fair trial? So fair trial, for a trial to be fair, several different procedures have to be observed. We have to different procedures have to be observed. Okay, after that only they can give trial to be fair. Article 21 of the Constitution guarantees that right to life. So right to life, Article 21 of the Constitution guarantee right to life. So according to that, person's life or liberty can be taken away only by following a reasonable and just legal procedure. So person's life or liberty that can be taken away only if they have reasonable and just legal procedure. Without that, no one have the right to take the person's life or liberty. Okay. A fair trial ensures that Article 21 of the Constitution is upheld. So that trial, make sure of that Article 21. So it is held in open court in public view. So in the public view, this court will be running, and in the presence of accused, and accused was defended by the lawyer. So defense lawyer is given an opportunity. So the lawyer against that person, they give an opportunity to cross-examine all the witness, all the witness given by that given in that case. Okay. So judge will be seeing everything. Okay. Defense lawyers and this lawyer. So both all the conservations and that evidence and what are the investigation procedure, everything, all the things judge will be going through, and finally judge will be giving the judgment accordingly. Okay. So that without every citizen, whether he belong to any caste, any gender or any religion, so everyone is equal below the law, right? So there is not judge will be not seeing any partiality. So he will examine all the things, what are the investigation procedure and what are the witness, and finally he will give the judgment. So that's all. So what is the chapter we learned today? We have learned about criminal justice system. So we have seen what are the key elements, key play, and finally we have seen what are the role they play, and from police, next lawyer, then judge, and we have seen all the method and how they deal the case, and finally who gives the judgment. Everything we have seen in this lesson. So thank you children, thank you for listening carefully. So note down the important points. If you have not noted down, just go through this video once again and note down all the important points. And thank you children, have a nice day.